Hello everyone, this is Colin on the ASCA League channel, and here we are for the Copperhead Amateur Series. This time we are here for the paints video, and as well here to talk about a little something. Now this is a little different than what you've normally seen in the past because I just wanted to try to break away from that same Season 3 ending promotional screen that we've been using the past, I think 7 videos now or something like that. But yeah, this is just the ASCA logo. I don't think I showed it off enough, and I'm pretty proud of it. If you guys don't understand, the yellow, copper, and blue represent the 3 series underneath the ASCA League banner. The blue, if you do not know, also stands for the Desaulniers Cup Series, which is run by Night NASCAR. I'll put a link in his channel in the description. I actually completely forgot to mention him, I think, in any of my previous videos, so I guess I should mention him now. He just joined on to the ASCA League, and go check him out if you already haven't. I think he's already had his signups, so I think it may be a little too late to sign up. But definitely go check his series out, and it's definitely a cool. It's a different version of an NR2003 league that I run. Mainly, I try to focus on more of the visual and the depth of the series and everything how it plays out. Whereas he runs a pretty long series and he gets out videos on a pretty timely basis and over a pretty steady amount of time. So if you guys want to watch a series that is not unlike mine and actually gets out quickly, go to his, as that's what the blue stands for, and I'm happy that he's on board now. But anyways, we got a few more updates to talk about before I jump into the sponsors, which is why you clicked on this video. And the first thing I want to talk about is the schedule. I actually had this schedule ready to talk about last video, but I decided to hold it off just to make some adjustments. And as you see here, they look pretty much the same. I think the Pencil Pro Series is actually very similar in the way it's laid out. As you see, I actually haven't even taken all these out. These are all the sponsor names from the last season. I still have to take these out and modify them and put new race names on them, so that list isn't completely done. But as for all the tracks, this is how the schedule will be laid out. The final 8 races leading into the chase are pretty much the same aside from Talladega and Kansas. They've been switched a little bit. I think Texas was the beginning one, and then Bristol was race 18, but Bristol has been moved to the 4th race. And as we look over here to the Copperhead Amateur Series, Bristol is also a doubleheader. Just like last year, there will be 6 doubleheader races, all these ones that you can see with the stars. For team owners in the Copperhead Amateur Series that are looking to try to get their driver lineup settled down, you can tell me exactly when you want your drivers to race. Now that you know when the doubleheaders are, as you can see, every race with a little asterisk behind it is a doubleheader race. Obviously, these still need to be taken out. I actually think that it would still be called the Fresh from Florida 250, but aside from that, all these are subject to change. Not the tracks, just the race names. And if I also added the off weeks here, these 2 weren't here before when I made the schedule last year, and it kind of threw a few people off. I made sure to add them this time because we do not race in the Copperhead Amateur Series when the Pencil Pro Series is having its 2 special events, the Bud Shootout and Maybe Duels, happening. Speaking of special events, it is worth a mention that we are pretty much ready to have the charity event at Homestead. That race will be coming up pretty soon. I still haven't actually made the cars yet. However, I plan on doing that today. It's not much of a process. It'll only take me about an hour and a half or something like that. Just replacing names and maybe throwing on a few logos to lead into the 4th season. But as for now, I guess I should show you guys. Here's the forms again. I keep saying this. If you haven't signed up, go ahead and sign up. It'd be cool. I think you guys would really like the form if you gave it a chance. So if you don't have an account, just go ahead and check it out. I'm not forcing you, but just look at it. As you see here, we have pretty much a very solid list going, except for John Arndt, which I'm about to throw in a national racing car. John, if you're watching this video, this is your last chance to select a car for yourself, or else I'm going to throw you in one. I'm not dropping you out of the race. So Arndt, make sure you, or just don't, and let yourself be chosen for a national racing car. It's not like that's a bad ride to get either. But anyways, as you see here, this is the roster that'll be in the Homestead race. The winner will be able to take home a sponsor choice of their own. The winner will be able to choose a sponsor for themselves. and will be able to race that as a primary sponsor for most of the season if they do choose. If the person that wins is inactive or they don't choose, I'll pick a sponsor for them that will be a very dedicated sponsor to them. Last year it was Giovanni Barraz, and he got Gree Air Conditioning. Gree will be coming back because, as you see here, we got the full sponsor list for Season 4 in the Copperhead Amateur Series. A little bit of a jump there, but I thought that would be pretty cool to lead into that. But as you see here, we have a long list. It's definitely a lot longer than the Pencil Pro Series line, and that's just because of all the different drivers and all the different part-timers that are racing. I think we actually have a record amount of Copperhead Amateur Series drivers. I don't think we had this many at the end of last year. As you see, we definitely have a lot of drivers filling in right here, and I'll explain why in just a second. So as you see here, also, if you may notice, last year there were a bunch of unsponsored cars, and this year I have sponsors for everybody in this first slot. And that does not necessarily mean that they'll be sponsored. If I can get an example here, like I guess this is the best team, this number 10 team. I completely forget the name of the team, my bad, but Genesis Racing Shocks, this is just an associate sponsor. It is not a hood sponsor. I just put it here to fill in. Everybody at least gets one sponsor. It's not necessarily going to be a primary sponsor, but you can plan for it either way. As for, like, as you see, Griffin Lind, Aiden Thomas, they currently are unsponsored for primary, but things can change, and that's what I want to say next. All these sponsors you see here are not completely set in stone. Like, most of them are. If you see your sponsor and you have it with you, they'll pretty much stay. But I'll be adding to this list. Like, this entire column here will probably be filled up by the end of the year. I kind of want to keep adding sponsors throughout the year. I think I talked about it during the signups in the Pencil Pro Series, how I said that I'd be adding on. That was like, I'm not going to be adding many, like maybe 5 or 6 before the season is over. Like, it's going to be a really minimal amount. But here, we're going to double the sponsors by the end of the year. It's going to be a lot of them, and it's only going to grow throughout the year as drivers gain experience. Like all the rookies coming into this season, looking at, let's see, what's a good example? Kenny Washington. He has Tide Detergent. That is a primary sponsor, by the way. He may end up having 4 more sponsors by the end of the year if he ends up doing well in the Copperhead Amateur Series this year. And Nia Dever, you see .jet.com. That's just for a one-off ride. I think a few of these drivers are racing only like 1 or 2 races, so they will only have one sponsor by the end of this. But yeah, take a good look at your sponsors. I'm actually going to kind of pause just for a second. You guys can pause the video and look at your driver. As you see here, if I have anything wrong, please tell me. As always, don't be afraid to. If it's my mistake, please call me out on it, and I'll be sure to change it. But yeah, those are the sponsors. Like I said, there will be more added. Keep checking the page. This is on the same page as the Pencil Pro Series sponsors are, so you can go ahead and look, make some connections if you really wanted to. I also might have forgotten a few of these in here. I had a huge plan going, and I kind of screwed that up by the end of it. I didn't get all the sponsors in. I actually just added Hustler Lawn Equipment for Eric Monaco because I don't know why. I completely forgot about this one, but I'm sure that there are a few others out there that I forgot. But I'll make sure to make adjustments and make sure to get everything solved before the season starts up. And hopefully, like, I'm not going to be perfect the first time around. I've actually made a few changes over here. If I remember, I think I just added Allied Moving on Garrett Snore. And there was another one that I wanted to talk about. Maybe it was USAA Insurance. Yeah, I honestly forget. But I've been adding a few to here as well. So if you are a Pencil Pro Series driver and you made your parent requests, I do suggest just check back at this page maybe 1 or 2 times before the season starts. You don't have to. I will make your car if you don't request a paint scheme for it. But yeah, I will be. It's gonna be a very rare chance, but I may add another sponsor for you before the season starts. As for Copperhead Amateur Series, I would be checking in a lot, and that's the sponsor list. And that's pretty much all I got to tell you guys for now. Almost approaching 10 minutes. That did not seem like 10 minutes. Sorry guys for keeping you bored there, but hopefully you guys have fun making your paints. I'd make them, by the way, not you guys. I'm sorry if that didn't go over so well. A few people were kind of confused by that. I make all the paint schemes. You guys just request them. So request down in the comments, and I'll be happy to make them. So thank you all guys so much for watching. This is the ASCA League, signing out.